BC, Alberta have no current plans to accept relocated Roxham Road asylum seekers. Lindsay, great to see you again, and congratulations on this story.
Thank you. It's nice to see you as well.
It's an interesting story because Roxham Road is the border between New York State and Quebec. And that is the territory that all these illegal migrants step onto. But Quebec says they're full. Am I right? And they're trying to push these migrants to other provinces, including some quite far away.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. So Quebec Premier François Legault, he has said he cannot handle any more asylum seekers in Quebec. They're too strained there. So the federal government has started shipping these asylum seekers to Ontario. But now we're hearing the mayors and social support workers in these Ontario communities saying that they are overextended as well now. So there are 4,300 of these, Roxham Road crossers in Niagara Falls. They are paying for, the federal government, so Canadian taxpayers, are funding about 2,000 hotel rooms there. And that doesn't include any other kind of, social services like legal assistance, language classes, food banks. So that mayor in Niagara Falls, he's asking for $5 million to support these migrants. So, he's asking for more resources rather than just saying, okay, hold off, we can't take any more of this. And that kind of is the trend, because we're also seeing about 1,400 asylum seekers who are shipped to Cornwall, Ontario. Same thing, they're just asking for more money. But my question is, why aren't we saying, okay, just no? But that does seem to be what BC and Alberta, that seems to be the line there. They have no current plans to accept any asylum seekers who cross via Roxham Road. Now, I don't think this is any kind of principled stand on the part of BC and Alberta. I think it might just be a matter of geography, and maybe the federal government hasn't asked them yet if they could transfer any migrants there. But for now, they have said, both of those provinces have said that they will not be accepting any Roxham Road asylum seekers. As for Saskatchewan and Manitoba, I did not get a response from any of their spokespeople. So take from that what you will. Maybe they will be soon announcing that they'll be taking in some migrants. But yeah, we are seeing them, the trip seems to be kind of Latin America. And then, like you said, they go to maybe a Republican state, get shipped to somewhere like New York. Then the New York City mayor pays for them to go to Plattsburgh, New York, and then they cross into Roxham Road. Then they can either be bused into Ontario or Atlantic Canada for now. So who knows what their next destinations will be, though.
Yeah, you raised a lot of interesting points. I was just doing the math. Niagara Falls, the city proper, has less than 100,000 people. I mean, there's sort of a greater area. To have, I think you said, over 4,000 migrants being stacked up in hotels. And I've been to Niagara Falls. I mean, the hotels are lovely if you have a falls view. That's sort of very romantic. I mean, Niagara Falls is sort of a classic honeymoon location. It's very touristy. It strikes me as odd to take up thousands of hotel rooms with migrants who are not there to spend money in the local restaurants and souvenir shops and things like that. They're there just as a place to stay. I was in my mind thinking, okay, you've got 4,000 people in a city of less than 100,000. Well, compare that to Calgary. Calgary's got over 1 million people. That would be like having 40,000 people just dumped in Calgary. Like you couldn't, everything would be affected by it. Everything from policing to waiting lines in hospitals to schools to English as a second language training to the demand for it's just crazy. And you're right to say that the reaction from the mayor, well, give me more money. That's not the reaction. That's not the solution. Give me $5 million. That's not going to fix the problem. The problem is to put up a fence or just to enforce the law.
Right. And I think Niagara Falls was chosen because they have a lot of hotel rooms. But I think the mayor got to the point where he's like, oh, okay, tourist season is looming and all of the hotel rooms are booked. So, I mean, as you're saying, so for his part, conservative leader Pierre Pollievre has said, close Roxham Road, close that illegal border point crossing within 30 days. And I think that's totally reasonable. 30 days kind of gives a chance for the message to spread internationally, right? Because right now, people remember Trudeau's 2017 tweet, "Welcome to Canada. To those fleeing war and persecution, you're welcome here," And then that's when the flood kind of started.
That was an excerpt from the Ezra Levant show. I'm Ezra Levant. Every weekday, I do a monologue about the topic of the day. Then I interview a fascinating guest, either in studio or via Skype. And then I read your mail, whether it's fan mail or hate mail, which is sometimes even more interesting. This is on our premium service, though, called Rebel News Plus. Go to rebelnewsplus.com. It's $8 a month or less if you buy a whole year in advance. You get my show every weeknight, plus Sheila Gunn Reid's show every week. It's called The Gun Show. It's pretty amazing. We rely on you because we do not take a dime from the government. In Canada, that makes us almost unique. So please help us out and help yourself to some great journalism at rebelnewsplus.com.